Of course, we're in the peak of hurricane season, and some Florida homeowners who had existing claims with insurance companies that went into receivership are still without coverage. It's an issue we've covered in our Price of Paradise series, and in March, ABC Action News in-depth reporter Stassi almost met a Palm Harbor homeowner who was dealing with black mold in her condo. This morning, Stassi's back at it, returning to the condo as remediation crews try to tackle that mold, and she explains the problems that this woman's encountering that could happen to you.
This started in March, and here we now are in September, and there's no resolution.
It's been a difficult couple of months for Palm Harbor homeowner Judy Slater.
I ended up with kidney cancer. Then I was in the hospital because I was having chest pains. And so it's been, the old adage, you hit your 3 and it's mic drop.
We first introduced you to Slater in March when her property insurance company, Avatar, went into receivership, and she had just discovered mold growing in several places around the condo she'd recently bought.
You can see it's taped off, and they put a cone out there because this is where the black mold is at.
She showed us where her property management company, Progressive Management, put a cone over the sprinkler that she had recorded night after night hitting her window. Slater received about $3 grand from the Florida Insurance Guarantee Association for some of the interior mold covered in her original policy, but the price tag on the job was closer to $20 grand, and her homeowners association told her it was her responsibility. After our story aired, Progressive Management's president told us in an email on March 17th that they had capped the sprinkler and would patch the wall where necessary, adding, the cost of these minor exterior repairs is believed to be less than the insurance deductible. The association is willing to help Ms. Slater in any way we can. We waited 5 months and followed up with 3 emails. On August 10th, the president told us that their association's liability policy denied the claim, and they were still waiting to hear from their property carrier. But now it's September, the height of hurricane season, and Slater's home isn't covered by any property insurance until the mold is taken care of.
From talking to one of the insurance companies, I was initially told that as long as I have a contract that they can proceed in doing insurance. I've been ghosted.
On September 1st, Slater pulled money from her 401k to get the mold remediation done. We went to meet the remediation company to see how big the job was. Turns out it was a lot more mold than they anticipated.
Different containments in here. We have one for that exterior wall, and we have another one for the bathroom.
Co-owner of Florida's Elite Restoration, Josh Martin, used to be an insurance adjuster. He started this business to help people with water damage, not knowing most of his work would be just like Slater's condo.
80 to 90% of every job we do ends up being a mold job, because by the time we get to it, you pull back the baseboards, you look at the cabinetry, there's mold everywhere.
Martin also says he's seen a lot of homeowners as well as associations who don't understand their responsibility.
People just kind of presume, I think, that every insurance policy is the same, and it's not. There's 10K water caps now that are popping up everywhere, or even your deductibles. Like, for example, State Farm has a percentage deductible to where you file a claim and you have a $14,000 deductible when, your kitchen could cost $14,000.
In Slater's case, I looked up the Florida Condominium Act, which states a homeowners association is responsible to maintain common elements, such as the roof and exterior walls shared with other units. I then spoke with an attorney who represents homeowners in cases like Slater's. He tells me an outside sprinkler causing water to eat at paint and get into drywall could be the HOA's responsibility.
I'm glad you're in my corner, but if somebody's going through this, they have to be their own advocate, and they can't give up.
Unfortunately, Slater's condo did not pass its first air quality test after the remediation, so the company will have to keep working until they find all of that mold. Reporting in Palm Harbor, I'm in-depth reporter Stassi Olmos, taking action for you.
Thanks, Stassi. 3 important lessons here for any homeowner to keep in mind. 1, when buying a home, inspectors look for water damage, not necessarily mold. 2, know your property insurance company and the details in your coverage. And 3, if you have an HOA, read the declaration and know what they're actually responsible for.